customers don't really know what's wrong with their car. The common man, you and I even, we don't know the details.
As you said, the customer is the king and we say it for all.
The customer कहता है कि नहीं मैं इतने सालों से चला के ला रहा हूँ बैटरी इसमें कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है.
So being the CEO of Autoaid,
saying भैया आ जाओ. If they come and they say कि भैया इसका इतना लगेगा, how do you trust them?
I have heard that you have been to Japan for some years. So ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है which you think helped you and inspired you and you bring back to India or maybe to this company?
नए थे, मैंने एक सर्विस बुक किया और मुझे 20 मिनट बाद फ़ोन आया और तब तक मैंने दूसरा मैकेनिक बुलवा लिया था.
तो you're saying कि कस्टमर को एक टेक्नीशियन अलॉट हो जाता है, तो इसमें कस्टमर सेफ्टी आप कैसे ध्यान में रखते हैं? Welcome to today's podcast. I'm your host Shubham and we have a great episode lined up for you. We are excited to have with us Mr. Suryakirti Singh, the CEO of Autoaid India, a company that's been really shaking the vehicle service industry. Hi Mr. Suryakirti, how are you?
Hello, I'm good Shubham. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to talk to you and discuss about the auto service industry.
Right. I believe you had a long journey coming here. I heard that you opened a new office in Bangalore, so it must have been a tiring journey for you.
Yes, actually our office is just starting up. This is the nature of being in the startup space. We have to relocate because better opportunities we think are in Bangalore.
Right.
So yeah, we are setting it up. And now I'm traveling for work to extend our partnerships, speak to investors, etc.
Very glad to hear that, and we are very glad to have you here at this podcast. And I, as well as the audience, is very excited to hear more about Autoaid. So for the audience to know more about Autoaid, I would like to know what is Autoaid exactly and what does it specialize in?
Definitely. So we are, as our name suggests, we provide aid to vehicles, Autoaid. We are like an emergency helpline for vehicles who might be stranded, or for that matter, through our app, we provide all other types of services as well. Everything related to vehicles.
Okay.
We are let's say a one-stop shop for all your vehicle related needs. So if you ask what we specialize in, to be able to provide these services, we have a large network, pan-India, of partner mechanics as well as workshops who we work with, who help us provide these services. We also have auto consultants, we would like to call them, who are experts in the automotive field on call to resolve any disputes which might arise. And we handhold the customer throughout the journey and ensure that they get a good quality service.
Okay. So when we talk about vehicles, so there are different categories that are covered. Which all categories do you cover in these services?
We are into all categories of vehicles, whether it's a two-wheeler, a four-wheeler, a six-wheeler, even tractors.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, why would we limit ourselves? We provide the whole gamut of services across type of vehicles.
Okay. So no matter what we drive, you're here to...
Absolutely. That's what we'd like to be. We'd like to be your trusted partner on the road. As we say, having Autoaid on your phone is like carrying a garage in your pocket. So you can easily schedule any type of vehicle-related services just by clicking a few buttons.
That sounds very exciting. So there are many other companies as well, I believe, who are offering similar services. I and the audience would like to know, what does Autoaid specialize in and what are the different technologies you guys are using to make it different from the other companies?
Right. Yes, this is a space which is, for now, it is in dire need of digitization and improvement in those terms. More than 50% of the automotive service market is unorganized. So by that I mean it consists of individual workshops who are not, under one platform or an umbrella.
Right.
So this is the attempt we are trying to make, as are many other companies. The inherent complexities of this sector makes it so difficult for people to track it. I mean, you would just imagine how many parts a car has. There's more than 30,000. Can you imagine that? So, you have different manufacturers for all these parts. The demand is disjointed in that we don't know who needs what part when, where. There's a lot of, as you said,
Challenges.
other companies who are trying to, yes, overcome these challenges. And we are one of them. And we are unique in that I told you we have experts who are able to consult with the customer, because customers don't really know what's wrong with their car. With the common man, you and I, even, we don't know the details. But so we provide expert advice. We look at what is the need of the customer deeply, and try to develop new products which will satisfy customer needs. Because at the end of the day, a business can only succeed when they are satisfying customer needs.
True.
Not only if they are trying to sell a product, make a product, sell a product. You might have a different idea of what the customer wants, but until and unless you ask the customer this, there's no way of verifying it.
So as you said, the customer is the king, and we say it for all. So if you're talking about the customers, I would like to know more about your experience with the customers, and if there has been any particular incidents, where the customers maybe are not very happy with the services you offer, or in simpler terms, how do you basically solve the needs of the customers?
Right. Yes, exactly. There are many situations. You see, what our primary business is, we provide, like I said, all types of services, but customers, when they are really in need, is when they contact us. And that's when they are stranded on the road, for instance, right? If they suffer a breakdown, there's so many reasons why your car could break down. A battery issue. It could be anything. It could be something electrical related.
Maybe a tire puncture.
A tire puncture as well. And more people are a little unsure of how to change a tire as well. And sometimes they don't have a stepney.
I do not know it myself.
So there you go. So we have these kind of requirements from customers.
I believe it also goes to something more complex than just a tire puncture or a battery issue.
Of course. We ensure that customers are taken care of in their time of need. We have a care executive always on call, because when you are in an anxious situation, you don't want to necessarily only punch things on a mobile phone. Sometimes the anxiety exceeds, limits.
You need someone to talk to at the time.
Somebody who is an expert, who is able to calm the customer down. Right. There are so many instances where we do face a challenging situation because customers are anxious. So they don't necessarily speak very nicely, or but we try to remain calm, and we understand the situation the customer is going through, and we help them out by connecting them with the technician, making sure the person arrives on time, making sure the person is courteous, and performs the service as per customer expectations. Right. There's incidents very frequently where also I mentioned that customers don't necessarily know so much about the car as in comparison to the experts who we have on call. But there are customers who think that they do know more. So recently there was an instance where a customer was adamant that their battery just needed a jump start. But our technician went and had seen and he saw that the battery is completely dead. The customer कहता है कि नहीं, मैं इतने सालों से चला के ला रहा हूँ बैटरी, वो उसमें कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है. But that's the point. इतने सालों से चलती है तो बैटरी की भी लाइफ होती है. So it was completely dead. So the vehicle had to be towed. It took us a long time to convince the customer that this is indeed the case.
Right.
But dealing this is part of yes, this is part of exactly
human behavior. I mean, especially when you're on the Indian roads and with the complexity in the driving scenarios, I believe there will be many complex situations you get into, and you have to deal with the customers in a different way. I truly get your point, and it is indeed a tough task to do it in an easier way, managing the customers and the customer relationship, and you are doing it pretty well, I have heard.
That's right. We exactly as you say, every person is different. We do more than 100 cases a day where we are helping customers in need, and now that means different approaches
True.
to each customer.
Hmm.
So that tactfulness has to be there within our team. We try to train them as much as possible in different ways to upskill them as well, and so they are prepared to take on these challenging situations.
So yeah, I believe you're dealing with your customers pretty nicely. Now talking about the automotive industry and what it has in the future, what is Autoaid basically doing to stay, in the track with the future?
Yes. As I said, the auto industry has, it's traditionally in recent times lagged behind in terms of innovating as compared to, let's say, other industries. And it's surprising why this is the case, maybe because of some of the complexities I mentioned. But gradually, there is more and more of a real trend, which and a very fast-paced one, where OEMs are really, they have to lead the way. They are finally starting to lead the way in terms of adoption of technologies. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes within a lot of OEMs. Autonomous driving, of course, EVs is something which is present. It's no longer a new technology, so as to speak. But all types of enhancements through AI is also undergoing. And we want to be part of that. We are always exploring. As I said, you have to always start with the customer. So we see what is going to help customer needs, and we develop products. Sometimes using relevant technologies. I mean, if it could be something as simple as OCR technologies for data input, or more complex, such as using algorithms or machine learning to predict the lifespan of a car engine, or when maintenance would be necessary. So yes, we are always on the trying to improve and our offering to our customers, for sure.
Right. So talking about the AI, you just mentioned that you might use AI, or maybe you're still using AI in your company and for the services you offer. Talking about the complexities this industry has, and how you have to deal with the customer, maybe manually or from the mechanics point of view, it has to be very to the point. So do you think a technology driven software, or maybe any AI driven technology, can help you solve this problem?
Yes, it's a good question. I mean, at this moment in time, the answer is no. But AI is gradually, constantly improving, and maybe at a point in time, we rely, to a very large extent on the AI. But I'm sure that in future, this is also going to mature and improve on its current iterations to be able to deliver very good service, which is as good as a human talking to another human.
Yeah. So I hope that helps you in the coming future, and you are being able to use AI and technology with the customer experience as well. So yeah, moving ahead with the conversation, I would also like to know how Autoaid contributes to the local community, or are there any social causes you are looking forward at?
Yes, our aim is to, as I said, there is a considerable lack of digitization in the market. There's individual workshops. We are trying to give a platform to these workshops so that they can market their services, increase their online presence. We create job opportunities for thousands of technicians on a monthly basis. So we are empowering them with bringing their brand online, as well as giving them a new revenue source. So definitely, the aim behind Autoaid has always been to galvanize the technician community, and our vision is to unify the automotive service landscape.
Right. So basically, if I compare it with the older times, एक time था जब when any sort of problem if we had with our vehicle, so we used to be like, हाँ भैया यार ये खराब हो गया, हमारी गाड़ी रास्ते में खड़ी है, आप आ जाओ. We're not available. Calling the next number, भैया यार please, we need your help, आप आ जाओ. I believe you have made it very simple by putting it over an app. You simply have to open the app, book a service. Is it how it works?
Exactly. When there is the availability of technology, when we do have the service providers also, who everybody has a smartphone. So why not use the power of technology to make the process easier for the customer, the user journey as seamless as possible. And we are, of course, there, as I mentioned, as auto experts, act as a consultant, so that, as you're saying, bhaiya aa jao, if they come and they say ki, bhaiya iska itna lagega,
we have to trust them.
How do you trust them,
True.
right? We are there to ensure that there's no disputes in this regard.
Especially when we are, maybe anyone is traveling in a different city or a different state, you do not know people around there. So you don't have that option to call anyone for the service. And I believe this will make it is a game changing thing. I believe it will make things so easier for customers who have any sort of vehicle issues, I would say.
Yes, that's what we would like to believe. That is the focus and the faith that we have in what we are doing. That's the vision as well that our founding members and our investors have. And we aim to make it a reality.
I'm sure you'll be able to do that. So yeah, talking about Autoaid, it brings to my mind that more and more startups have been starting recently in India and outside. And there are many people like me, I mean, a younger audience, maybe in their early 30s, who are willing to start their own business, right? So what advice would you give to the entrepreneurs who are looking to start a new business? And if we talk particularly about the automobile industry or maybe the vehicle service industry, is there anything particular you want them to keep in mind before they step out and, plan to start something new?
Sure. You have to start with the customer. That's number one. You can think that you have a great idea for a great product, but you have to be convinced that the person who is going to pay for it really needs it.
True.
Or you'll fall flat on your face, which is what nobody wants, and nobody expects that when they're starting a business. Right. But the reality is that a lot of startups, a lot of businesses do fail.
It does.
And what you have to do is, firstly, you have to really have a strong sense of self-belief that you are taking the right steps, you do the right actions, and you will succeed. If you don't, fail fast. And what that means is, if you start a vertical or a business model, you realize after some time that, does this have potential, even though you're burning cash, but you think that, maybe that we are on the right track. Yeah. But sometimes you also realize that, look, I don't see any upside on this. So you have to know and make the tough decision to stop, right, and try something else. You have to treat it as a learning. Because we're always learning on an everyday basis. Even us today, we try many things. Some things work, some things don't work. We have to take them as a learning experience and reassess and go at it again. So yeah, have to have belief and have to have resolve and patience, but also an astute business acumen, because you have to know when to stop.
And when to step back.
Yes.
True. So that is a great advice for all the people who are looking to maybe move forward with a new startup. So we were talking about the customers. I believe there are many categories of customers you deal with. Talking about the Gen Z audience or the Gen Z customers, they are usually more environmental friendly and they talk about these issues a lot. So is Autoaid also focusing on something which is, taking care of the environment while delivering all the services they are?
By default, we use an application. So we want to minimize the paperwork. We are paperless. We want a digital workflow as much as possible entirely. Aside from this, of course, we choose the partners we want to work with as well. We have lots of awareness programs for our technicians about environmental issues and sustainability. There's around almost half of the population of India faces water shortages.
True.
So we promote waterless car wash There's
Dry
waterless
wash.
car wash products which don't consume as much water as possible. So I mean, this is a requirement, as you say,
Right.
of today's age. Customers are aware of this. They have that expectation from companies, and companies are also following suit, because if you don't, you get found out, and customers don't trust you or don't want to do business with you.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. So you also talked about the training programs you have for the mechanics and the technicians you work with. So, like, is it like you have a particular set of team who is, working for you as a technician, or do you also work with the local mechanics or local
It's
shops?
both. It's both. We have our own mechanics who are on our payrolls, but again, our main focus has been to empower the already existing technician workforce around the country, who are, I mean, they have years of experience in their line, and they are very knowledgeable. They know what needs to be done. It's just there's no platform for them to there's no platform to the extent that it needs to be to service the customer demands in the same sense that what we are trying to achieve. So
I believe this also gives them a good market. I mean, most of these local mechanics are not into marketing their work, so you do that for them.
That's exactly. That's one of our the big ideas behind Autoaid, is that well, these guys are busy. Let us handle the sales and marketing for them, and give them more and more job opportunities. So yeah, we would like to work with as I said, our network consists of mainly it's local technicians who, and we classify them based on their area of expertise. Somebody is good at certain brands, somebody is good at certain others, somebody knows a certain type of work. But there's so many different works to the car. There's polishing or denting, there's also electrical works, there's mechanical works, so our database is quite comprehensive. We have classified the mechanics into what their areas of expertise are, and based on the requirement of the customer, we send the right person.
That is indeed very appreciative, because you are actually giving them more work. So I believe it always goes well with the good team. So I am very sure you have a good team at Autoaid. Apart from that, are there any key partnerships that help you grow and reach at this stage?
Absolutely. As you say, the team is important, and partners are not only customers, clients, but also the people funding us. So we are very privileged to be a part of a strong automotive ecosystem, in that our sister concerns are Autocon India, which is the Indian arm of Waypoint Systems, a premier extended warranty provider across the Middle East. And there's other companies within the Waypoint umbrella which are part of the they form the ecosystem of services that our group of companies provides. To name a few, it's Nimble, Checkout Point, and Sphere IT. We're into IT services as well. So having the backing of profitable businesses is very important, and it gives our team as well confidence to go ahead and achieve what we're trying to achieve. If somebody who has already been successful believes in you, it gives you a boost of confidence for sure. So these are our partnerships in terms of financing. We've been working with industry stalwarts like Allianz Global Assistance, Europe Assistance, TVS. We complete orders for them. In Pan India in certain cases. So yes, we would be nowhere without our partners and our clients and our financiers. So yeah, partnerships are so important for any business to succeed, and we are privileged to have good partnerships. We want to continue to collaborate and strengthen these ties.
Yeah, I believe those are very good big names you're, working with and those you are partnership with. And yeah, I believe that will help you lead the way and move ahead with your journey. So being the CEO of Autoaid, I want to know your personal experience about, how has it been very fulfilling, or if there has been any particular moment that makes you feel fulfilling about being the CEO of Autoaid India.
There's no one moment. The job is definitely fulfilling. Is it challenging? My God, it's very challenging.
I'm
Of
sure.
course, there's days where you feel like you're on top of the world. Everything seems to go right, and there's days like you feel right at the bottom. So these peaks and troughs keep coming along. The Again, as I mentioned, you have to have self belief in your team, in your partners, in your clients, that they trust you, that you're doing the right thing. So yeah, the whole journey really is has been super fulfilling for me. It's been super challenging, sleepless nights, this sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I would not trade it for anything. I've really enjoyed the journey, and yeah, let's hope we can achieve all our aims.
And I think that is how you best describe being the CEO of any XYZ company.
I think so.
So, Mr. Singh, I have heard that you have been to Japan for some years. So, ऐसी कौन सी चीज है which you think helped you and inspired you and you bring back to India or maybe to this company from Japan?
Operations efficiency. Everything works like clockwork in Japan. Yes, everything is, well, by clockwork, I mean it's on time. Everything is on time, and a lot of importance is given to being on time and achieving efficiency in everything that you do. So this is exactly what we are trying to do with Autoaid. We want to service the customer as quickly as possible at the highest level as possible. And Japan is, they are perfectionists in every walk of life. I've worked in different industries in Japan, FMCG, as well as insurance. And I found, it transcends industries. So yeah, it was a very interesting experience living in Japan. And yeah, I want to bring that same, resolve towards quality products, efficiency in what I do here.
As quick as possible.
Yes, as quick as possible,
Just
but
like
also,
other companies.
but also as efficient as possible. And
Right.
they don't sacrifice efficiency for being on time. Yeah,
So that is what you aim at.
definitely. It's a great model to follow, for sure.
Okay. So talking about the vehicle industry or maybe the automotive industry, I believe आगे चल के कुछ नए trends देखने को भी मिल सकते हैं. So can you tell us about that?
Yes, customer satisfaction is paramount for everyone.
Absolutely.
And customers are increasingly more and more demanding of what they want. They want someone who can take care of all their automotive needs, because as we discussed, customers are not necessarily experts in this. So a subscription plan, let's say, that would manage your car for you. This is something we are looking
Throughout.
into. Yes, everything, whether you need to get it washed, you need to get it serviced, you need to get it repaired, maybe you need to get your documents upgraded and renewed. So there are going to be options like this from the industry which manage everything for the customer.
That sounds exciting. So Mr. Singh, if you remember, हम पहले मिले थे एक बार प्रगति मैदान में at Auto Expo, and I heard people saying that आप Autoaid की T-shirt हर जगह carry करते हो. So what is the story behind it?
We are a new company, so we have to increase our awareness among our customers, our partners all the time. So definitely, yes, we have a T-shirt which I wear. A lot of our team wears, and more we are trying to encourage our partners to wear, so that it gives a branding, a uniform for our team, and they are recognizable as Autoaid employees. So definitely, yes, this is important. I think it gives professionalism, and other companies do it as well. So we definitely want to do this and look the part.
So branding, visibility and marketing itself.
Absolutely.
तो आई बिलीव आप भी कुछ ना कुछ व्हीकल ड्राइव करते होंगे एंड मे बी आपको भी कभी ना कभी यू हैड अ ब्रेक डाउन और समथिंग. सो आपके साथ कभी ऐसा हुआ कि आपने अपनी ही कंपनी की सर्विसेज कभी बुक की हो?
बिल्कुल. ये तो हमें करना ही चाहिए, जानने के लिए कि क्या हमारा लेवल है, हम
Right.
किस प्रकार की सर्विस दे रहे हैं कस्टमर को. तो मैं 2 इंसिडेंट बताऊंगा. एक पहले जो उतना अच्छा नहीं था
Okay.
और एक जो बेहतर था. तो बहुत जब हम नए थे, मैंने एक सर्विस बुक किया और मुझे 20 मिनट बाद फ़ोन आया.
Okay.
और तब तक मैंने दूसरा मैकेनिक बुलवा लिया था. और ये एक फीडबैक था हमारी टीम के लिए कि किस तरह हम अपने प्रोसेस को और जल्दी कर सकें, एफिशिएंट कर सकें. तो दूसरी बार जब मेरे को आवश्यकता पड़ी बुक करने की सर्विस, ये हाल में ही हुआ था.
Okay.
तो मुझे लगा कि मैं अपने नाम से तो ना करूं, क्योंकि समझ जाएंगे लोग कि ये कौन कर रहा है, तो मुझे स्पेशल सर्विस मिल जाएगी. मैंने अपने वाइफ के नाम से किया.
Okay.
और इस बार सर्विस एकदम फटाफट मिल गया मुझे. टायर पंक्चर हो गया था, वही स्टेफनी नहीं थी.
Okay.
टायर बदलना आता है मुझे, पर स्टेफनी नहीं थी.
Okay.
तो हाँ, इस टाइम मतलब कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी. बहुत जल्दी मुझे कांटेक्ट किया गया, मेरी लोकेशन ली गई और मैकेनिक भी फटाफट आ गया और अच्छा रहा एक्सपीरियंस. तो ये हम बिल्कुल हमें यूज़ करना ज़रूरी है ताकि हम अपना सर्विस हमेशा इम्प्रूव करते हैं. बिल्कुल असेस करना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
ओके. सो फॉर द व्यूअर्स एंड जो कस्टमर्स भी हो सकते हैं आपके फ्यूचर में, हाउ डू यू सिंपली एक्सप्लेन कि ऐसी कोई सर्विस बुक करनी हो तो हाउ डू वी डू दैट?
जी, पहली बात तो ये है कि आप पहले से ऑटोएड ऐप डाउनलोड करके चलें.
Okay.
हाँ, ताकि आपको जब आप फंसे हो आपको ये परेशानी ना हो. और बुक करना बहुत सिंपल है. ऑटोएड ऐप है जो कस्टमर्स के लिए है.
Okay.
ऐप को खोलना है, अपने व्हीकल डिटेल्स डालने हैं और अपनी समस्या बतानी है. जब कस्टमर ये करता है तो हमारे जो उसके दायरे में आसपास के टेक्नीशियंस हैं जो हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे हैं, उनके लिए एक अलग ऐप है, ऑटोएड पार्टनर.
अच्छा. जी
हाँ, तो वो ऑटोएड पार्टनर उन्होंने डाउनलोड करके रखा होता है. उनको एक नोटिफिकेशन आता है कि एक कस्टमर को सर्विस की ज़रूरत है. तो जो भी जा सकता है और उस सर्विस को कर सकता है, कंप्लीट कर सकता है, वो एक्सेप्ट करता है और तुरंत उसे लोकेशन वगैरह मिल जाती है कस्टमर की और वो पहुंच जाता है वहाँ पे. तो इट्स वेरी सिंपल. हम लोग कस्टमर जो सर्विस चाहता है वो बुक करता है.
Okay.
और जो सर्विस दे सकता है उसको नोटिफिकेशन आ जाता है सारी डिटेल्स के साथ.
तो काफ़ी सिंपल है.
जी हाँ.
तो यू सेइंग कि कस्टमर को एक टेक्नीशियन अलॉट हो जाता है, तो इसमें कस्टमर सेफ्टी आप कैसे ध्यान में रखते हैं?
बिल्कुल, बहुत अच्छा सवाल है. क्योंकि हम ऐसे ही किसी को तो नहीं भेजते हैं. हम जितने हमारे वेरीफाइड टेक्नीशियंस हैं, वो मतलब वो वेरीफाई करते हैं हम उनको. इसलिए हम सिर्फ वेरीफाइड टेक्नीशियंस भेजते हैं. हमें जो हमारा ऐप डाउनलोड करते हैं उनसे पूछताछ करते हैं, उनके सर्विसेज के बारे में जानते हैं, उनके पर्सनल KYC डिटेल्स हम लोग रख के रखते हैं.
Okay.
और बाकायदा एक एक्सपर्ट टेक्नीशियन खुद उनसे बात करता है और समझता है कि उन्हें क्या सर्विसेज आती हैं.
Okay.
तो इस बेसिस पे हम लोग अच्छी तरीके से वेट करते हैं. और बहुत से केसेस में हमारे जो सेल्स पार्टनर्स हैं वो जाके ऑनबोर्ड करते हैं वर्कशॉप्स को. तो
Okay.
हमें पता रहता है लोगों के वेरीफाइड होते हैं हमारे टेक्नीशियंस.
सो इट इज सेफ फॉर द कस्टमर.
जी बिल्कुल, ये हमारे लिए मेन पैरामाउंट है टू मेक श्योर कि कस्टमर सेफ रहे.
Okay.
जी.
ऑल्सो आई बिलीव इसका कुछ फिक्स टाइमिंग होता होगा, लाइक डे टाइम में ये सर्विसेज अवेलेबल होती होंगी?
गाड़ी आपकी कभी भी खराब हो सकती है, तो सिर्फ डे टाइम में नहीं होती है, नाइट टाइम में भी हो सकती है. अगर हम सर्विस प्रोवाइड ना करें नाइट टाइम में तो ये हमारे लिए तो बहुत बड़ा माइनस पॉइंट होगा. तो हमारा 24/7
अरे वाह
सर्विस है. जी बिल्कुल. और हमारे टेक्नीशियंस पहुंच जाएंगे ज़रूर. डे टाइम में और आसान रहता है, बट नाइट टाइम में भी हम कस्टमर को वी डोंट लीव देम.
तो जैसे आपने बताया कि सर्विस 24/7 आप दे रहे हैं, तो मतलब ये हर जगह ही अवेलेबल है, सभी सिटीज़ में?
जी बिल्कुल, हम पैन इंडिया कवरेज देते हैं और ये 750 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स जो पूरे इंडिया में हैं, हम हर जगह प्रेजेंट हैं.
अरे वाह.
वी प्रोवाइड सर्विस इन एनी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, सो एनी टाइम एनीवेयर एड.
परफेक्ट. एंड दैट इज हाउ यू कॉल इट गराज इन योर पॉकेट.
जी बिल्कुल.
So, Mr. Suryakirti, we had a very wonderful time with you at this podcast, and बहुत ही informative रहा in fact ये सभी viewers के लिए. I would like to know your experience कि आपके लिए ये conversation कैसी रही?
जी, मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगा बात करके आपसे. I had a good time, and it is always good to be challenged and ask and answer questions regarding what we are doing. It gives me as well a refreshment into what I'm doing and how we think our vision through. So I hope the audience will take something out of this, and I hope that they use Autoaid.
I'm sure ये ऑडियंस के लिए भी काफ़ी इंसाइटफुल रहा होगा. एंड अगर आप भी व्हीकल रिलेटेड सर्विसेज यूज़ करना चाहते हैं, यू कैन डाउनलोड द ऑटोएड ऐप राइट नाउ.